check your fluids is a roll of shop paper towels, black or nitrile gloves, really thick, and this is an air. It checks the air in your tires, and I like this kind because you can put it on that way or you can put it on that way. The other ones you have to push down, and sometimes you just let out the air instead of getting the air pressure for your tires. Want it close to the top, and you can look on the side. That's why this side is a clear tube, and you can see how much you have in there. We are full. And you always want your engine off, and you want it to be warmed up. So don't check your fluids when your car is cold. Now this is the power steering. Power steering on the thing. And on the side of this container, it shows you it's clear, and we can see our line is between maximum and minimum. Sometimes there's a little stick on the bottom that will tell you. You want to be in between here, not the minimum and not over the max, just right in the middle there. And again, you check this when your engine is warm, because if you check it when it's cold, it might look like it's down below the max. There we go. And there's probably, let's see.
Oh yeah, there's one clip. I got
There's
it.
a third clip. So identify where your clips are and you pull it out. Your air filter will always have a cover. This one's square, some are round, and this is your air filter. And you inspect your air filter for any dirt. I have a little dirt there. And there's no dirt inside the plastic. If there's dirt and leaves inside that, you want to sweep it out or vacuum it out. And then to tell if your air filter is clean, you hold it up to the sun. And if you can see light through it, you're clean. And if there's a lot of dirt and debris here, or if it's black, but this is green and there's no dirty air there. And you'll look between this, and these fins will have dirt in there, but this filter's clean. If your radiator cap is bad, it will once it pressurizes, you'll basically leak out fluid, and your radiator fluid, if you need to fill it, buy the 50-50, 50% antifreeze and 50% distilled water. Put in regular tap water unless you're desperate in your radiator, because the minerals and stuff will counteract the antifreeze chemical. So we also want to check our oil. And again, I like these paper towels because they're really absorbent. Say E5W20, that's 5 weight oil, 20 viscosity. Put the proper oil in. Don't use anything different than what it asks for you. This one's written on here. Always check your manual to see what's the proper oil. That will have an effect on how well your engine runs, and too thick of oil, too thin of oil will cause your engine to break down sooner. What you do is you wipe it off before you look at it. So we got a clean dipstick now, because when your engine's on, your oil is circulating through your engine, and you need it to settle down and come up with a level. You put the dipstick all the way back in and you pull it out again. We look at the end of our dipstick and we see where the oil is. And you can see where the oil is on my dipstick. It's right about there. And on the dipstick it'll say full or not full. If you don't see any oil on your dipstick at all, you need to put in at least a quart, maybe 2. There it is. If I do an angle, you can see where it says safe, and where my oil was, I was safe. Yeah. So standing moves would be different. Red is negative, black is positive, and you always want to make sure these posts are free of any buildup on there. They usually have, your battery has acid in it, and sometimes the acid will leak out and they'll cause corrosion on the battery terminals. Battery terminals, then you're not getting all the full strength of power from your battery, and you need to clean that off. That's a nut. And take this off, and there's a little tool that you can get to scrape off the corrosion there, and that you brush out the inside there. Sometimes you need to clean those posts. This is a post, and because the car's off, I could touch this. And you can if the post is still not quite clean, or along there you see corrosion along here and there, then you get some water, plain water from the tap, and baking soda, and you mix the baking soda in with the water. Pour your water on the wire and on the post, and use your little wire brush to clean the acids or neutralizes acids, and so it will dissolve all that corrosion there. Battery doesn't have any corrosion. Now back there is the brake fluid, and here, what's it say on the, always read to see what it says there.
Don't be like me, I'll read it.
And it says here, it says warning, clean filter cap, filler cap before removing, and that's the outside of the filler cap, but you can see my filler cap is very clean. And then it says use only DOT3 fluid in a sealed container, and that's because any kind of dirt and grime that gets in there can cause your brakes to fail. We just check it. This is also clear, so we can see the fluid in there, and we've got plenty. Again, there might be a dipstick on this. It'll say hot or cold, and if it's been warmed, it's not going to be hot, but it won't be cold. Check that, and if you need more fluid, but never overfill it. That's the most important thing. And again, with your power steering fluid, you use the same power steering fluid. All these take different fluids. So you would need oil, weight that it says, the brake fluid, which it would say brake fluid, and power steering fluid. You never mix them. And then again, with your freeze, you buy the 50-50 mix at AutoZone or someplace, and you just pour it in. You'll have to make sure your car is cool before you pour it in, or you can pour it in. Just don't overfill, because if it overfills, the antifreeze gets hot, it expands, and you'll have antifreeze leaking all over. And I have you wear gloves and things because engines are dirty.
Okay, y'all, so now we're done. About to shut the hood. So what you do, make sure you just unprop it. Put this back here in its spot, as you guys can see, and then you just close her down.
And make